everyone, it's Don once again with another video for you. This is video number 133, take 2. Why take 2? Well, because take 1 died. I had it all ready to go, but I was on a cruise ship when I finished it, and I just simply couldn't upload it. So when I got home, I took a drive around the villages, saw everything was out of date, and scrapped it and started anew. There's so much going on here. It's absolutely crazy and nearly impossible to keep up. But I'm doing my best. In this video, I've got a lot of great things to show you, so let's get started. Our first stop for this video will be up where the Hacienda Hills Country Club used to be, that was torn down, and now they've built a new postal station and recreation facility, and will soon be building courtyard villas. The near building in this shot is the new pro shop, and behind it is the golf course maintenance facility. The trailer coming into view is the temporary postal station that was put in while they built the new postal station for this area. The new postal station coming up in this shot is complete. They're delaying opening, from what I understand, until after the Christmas holidays so that the traffic isn't overwhelming at the Lady Lake Post Office. The new pool, pickleball courts, and other recreation amenities are also complete at the new recreation facility. Here's another look at the new post office. It's got the larger post office boxes and bigger boxes for parcels. As I rotate around, you can see the area that's going to be developed into some practice greens and that. It's still under construction, and we're going to fly out over the Hacienda Hills Country Club and then turn around and take a look at this area again. You'll see where the houses are going to go. They haven't started yet. I expect to see those sometime right after the new year. They'll break ground on that area after the post office is transferred, obviously. And then sometime probably in early summer, we'll see the houses up for sale. We'll move a little bit to the east now and go down to Spanish Springs, where we can see some construction happening there. In Spanish Springs, attached to the Sharon, they're building Blondie's. This is going to be an outdoor bar, and they're taking from their success that they've had at Sawgrass Grove to build this and hopefully bring something new to the Spanish Springs area. I've seen no word yet on the expected opening date for Blondie's. Now we'll move west along 466 to the area behind Fresh Market and right next to Hobby Lobby. We're overlooking a huge field just behind Fresh Market, and coming up is Home Goods and PetSmart and some other stores. What I came over here to show you was this. These are some new apartments that are being built. At first I thought age restricted, but then I realized, nope, not going to be age restricted. These are going to be general population apartments. As we rotate around, we'll also see Hobby Lobby. As we rotate around, we also see this big open field. My understanding is that they have a property that's going in here. It's going to be a big box store. I've got some information on what I think it's going to be, but I'm still going to verify it before I mention anything. But if it is what I think it is, there are going to be a lot of people that'll be really happy with this new addition. We're going to move south now to the intersection of US 301 and County Road 462 and see what's happening here. At the bottom of the screen is US 301, and across the road is the Twisted Oaks development. This is a new development being built here in Wildwood. It's about 1,200 homes, if I remember correctly. It's a combination of homes and apartments, and they're even putting in a traffic circle just so we feel at home, I think. The state and local governments have really come to like these traffic circles. For those that know how to use them, they're a great time saving. For those that don't understand them, they're a hazard. As the camera pans down, you'll see more of 462, and this small red building is Daryl's Diner. As the camera rotates to the right, this is going to be the location on this opposite corner of a new 7-Eleven. We'll rotate around just a little bit. There we go. And you can see 462. This ends up going down to Powell Road and 466 intersection, and that's where we're headed next. Let's face it, we're not as young as we once were. Climbing those old-fashioned attic stairs to get the Christmas decorations down or to stow those family treasures is just too dangerous. Magic stairs is the safer alternative. Real steps with safety rails at a safer angle and safety rails in the attic provide the safest attic access available. Having troubles getting things to and from the attic? The Magic Attic Lift can be there to help. Designed by Village's resident Ron Berner, every Magic Stairs and Magic Attic Lift is custom built in their Ocala, Florida factory and installed by their technicians. Why take chances? For less than the cost of one emergency room visit, you can have Magic Stairs installed in your home. Magic Stairs, the safer, more convenient alternative. As I said, we're going to move down to Powell Road and the intersection of 466A. There's a lot of things happening here. We're going to take a look at all of them. First up, we're going to fly over and we're going to look where they're building the new Target store. You can see work is already in progress. Now I got to do something here. I want to get a little bit closer, so I'm making sure by looking down that I'm not actually flying over anybody or any moving vehicles, unlike some other pilots here in the Villages area that do YouTube videos. To the right of Target, just adjacent to 466, that section is going to be another set of general commercial buildings, a little strip mall if you will. Looking a little farther to the north is the Wilds. This is another section of apartments. Total is going to be about 400 apartments, and the last section should be opening up soon. In the foreground is the Beaumont development, and farther back is Tamarind Grove, and just beyond it is more development here in Wildwood. There are so many different apartment complexes and housing developments going in along this Powell Road area. It's unbelievable. You can see them on both sides of Powell Road. Even farther as you go down 466A, it's just amazing how many are being built. If we rotate a little bit to the left, we can see the new Home Depot and the new CVS. Home Depot is in the background. They're making lots of good progress. We'll roll down just a little bit, and on the opposite corner is Panda Express. It's coming along. They've resolved their permitting issues, and across the street from them is where WaWa was supposed to go. However, now I see that they've got new signs up that show the property is up for lease again. So I'm not sure what's going on with there. The other WaWa at the corner of 301 and State Road 44, though, the property cleanup is already progressing. This is the Sundance Trail Apartments. They're nearly complete, or at least the 4 buildings nearest. The 2 in the background are a little farther behind, but it won't be too much longer till they start renting these apartments. This whole area is right across from Walgreens and the Sumter County Public Service Center, so just to give you an idea of where it's at. Let's head now to the south, to where the Okahumpka Recreation Center is located, and the work going on there for Harry and the Neighbors restaurant that's going to be built. This is the parking lot just south of the Okahumpka Recreation Center. And no, I did not fly over these golf carts. He actually backed up real quick. This area is adjacent to the village of St. John's. Just this past week, they had the ceremonial groundbreaking for the building of Harry and the Neighbors restaurant. You have to understand, they're building a restaurant near the water. This requires a whole bunch of extra precautions and that, so they don't do things like accidentally spill grease into the water or have food waste falling into the water, which would upset the wildlife and the balance of things. So they got to be very careful. That's why this one took a little longer than normal. I'll fly out over the lake just a little bit, just because it really is gorgeous when you get to see a view like this. We'll jump across the turnpike now to where Edna's is and see the work going on there. At Edna's, they're building a new kitchen and service area where the food trucks used to be. Personally, I like the idea of the food trucks, gave them a lot of flexibility. They say this is going to be even better. We'll see. I think they deserve a chance. They've proven themselves successful in the past. I don't see them failing in the future.
Moving in the tide, everyone is right. Hold out.
We're going to slip now a little bit to the southwest to the intersection of US 301 and Warm Springs Avenue. On this corner of 301 and Warm Springs Avenue, right next to where Dunkin' Donuts is at, they're going to be building another 7-Eleven. This is like the 5th or 6th 7-Eleven that's gone in the Sumter County area in the last couple of years. They're really making huge inroads here. One thing of note, though, this 7-Eleven won't be golf cart accessible. You'll still have to go down to Magnolia Plaza for that. And directly on the other side of Warm Springs Avenue, they're building another commercial building, 3 or 4 units, just like the rest of the strip mall areas. We'll move a little farther to the west on US 301 and go down to the Coleman Ridge development. Coleman Ridge, just like Oxford Oaks and Middleton, are family residential communities being built by the village's developer. This is looking south of Coleman Ridge at the Marlene O'Toole industrial area. This is a companion one to the Rick Scott industrial area that's right on the other side of US 301. As we rotate around, Hammock Finney is at the top of the screen, and I'll back up a little bit. And this area just to the south of the residential street you see is scheduled to be some sort of commercial area that will border US 301 and this residential area. All the utilities are in here, the street signs are up, so it won't be too much longer until they start building homes in Coleman Ridge. I will say they didn't get very creative with the street names in Coleman Ridge. While Coleman Ridge doesn't seem to have as many houses packed together as the other areas, it also doesn't have a whole lot of amenities like you have down at Middleton. It's probably going to be a lower entry price point, but that's not necessarily bad. It's just something different, a little more competitive. I want to apologize for the sound quality in this video. I recently rearranged my home office where I do all my editing, and the acoustics have changed dramatically, so now I've got to take actions to try and fix that. But in the meantime, there's going to be a little bit of extra reverb in the sound. My apologies again. Now let's travel back to the east a little bit on Warm Springs Avenue to where Station 46 is being built. This is a new fire station for the village's public safety department. As you can see, they've already broken ground on the new Station 46. This is located directly across from the State Farm agent on Warm Springs Avenue. You can see their office right here. This station is being built to help VPSD make its goal of having a fire station within 2.5 miles of any home it has to serve. This is a big deal because it affects response time. This has been partially driven by the changes in the structure of the county and VPSD fire departments over the last year. Here you can see some of the areas in the village of Finney that are adjacent to this fire station. Initially this summer, this station was put on hold because of a lack of funding. Somehow, Village Center Community Development District managed to come up with the funds necessary to start construction of this building. Let's go to the east and the south just a little bit to where Reagan Road and Marsh Bend Trail meet, as well as the area just south of that. This is looking south on Marsh Bend Trail towards McNeil Drive. We'll rotate around. We're going to go back up towards the village of McClure and circle back around and look at these apartments that are being built. I don't remember the name of the company that's building them, but you can see they're pretty close together. Definitely going to be some close quarters for the apartments. The tree line to the south of the apartments is part of Coleman Prison, so there's nothing ever going to go there, so they'll always have that as a quiet area. I'll fly back towards Marsh Bend Trail, and we'll get a look at Well Point and the new traffic circle that's being built. So there's the new traffic circle. It's actually done. They're just rerouting traffic right now so that they can finish up the 4-lane road going into it and out of it. As I pan to the left, you'll see that the walls are coming up in the village of Well Point. The traffic signs are up, as well as the light poles. They still haven't put the stripes on the road yet, but it's getting close, so they're maybe a month or two away from starting homes in this area. We'll continue to rotate around. You can see that the 4-lane road has now been completed coming to the south. This widening from McNeil to Reagan Road is a county project. It's not the village that's doing it. The county is paying for it with matching federal funds, so there's minimal impact to the taxpayers. I'm going to move to the east now just a little bit to the end of Corbin Trail, where construction is still going on in the village of Well Point. I'm flying west now, over the village of Wellpoint, starting at Corbin Trail and heading back towards Marsh Bend Trail and the traffic circle at McNeil Road, the one we just looked at. One of the things you'll notice is all the retention ponds in this area are done and they're filled with water and they've got sod around the edges. This area is still not open to the public yet, and I don't recommend you going in this area in your golf cart or in your car. There's still a lot of nails and debris on the road. Even though it looks like it's clean, there's still a lot of hazards. If you get a flat out here, you're going to be out of luck. Oh, and one other thing. It's a third-degree felony for trespassing if you get caught in here. Work has already started on the executive and pitch and putt golf courses here, and you can see the golf maintenance facility has already been built. They're also starting to work on the new recreation center here.
Looking for that perfect Murphy bed for your bonus room? Look no further. We offer 3 things: best quality, best service, best warranty in the industry, bar none. Give us a call, set up an appointment. 612-598-3303, murphyoffice.com.
Heading back northwest again, we get another view of the pitch and putt golf course that's under construction. I'll turn back around and we'll get another look at this golf course. With all the water that's going to be here, it looks like it's going to be a bit of a challenge on this course. And of course, there's going to be homes that wind their way through this golf course. Once again, this is a construction area, so please stay out of this area. It's not safe. You get hit by one of these big trucks, you're just going to be a grease spot on the road. We're going to head back towards the takeoff point again, and I've got something else to show you. So while I was out here at the end of Corbin Trail shooting, 3 golf carts came up to the end of the road and tried to get through, but it's all fenced off. I asked one of them, "Why are you here? This road is closed." He said, "No, it's not. There's no gate down there." The single most important piece of connectivity in the villages since the opening of the Water Lily Bridge, and it's been kept a secret. Nobody knows about it, no fanfare. Yeah, right, dude, give me a break. While I was out, there was also a motorcycle. This is a trike, actually, that was going down there. He ended up going all the way to the end of McNeil and couldn't get past in the traffic circle, so he had to turn around and come back. I'm generally not one to wish anybody ill, but in this case, sometimes you can't help but hope and wonder for a box of nails or drywall screws to accidentally be left fallen on the road. Please, folks, for your own safety, stay out of the construction areas. It's not safe. Let's move farther south now towards the Bexley Bridge, or the Southern Oaks Bridge, whatever it's called, and we'll pick up where we left off. At this end of McNeil Road, things are not nearly as far along as they are up near Corbin Trail. You can see the retention ponds still don't have their sod around the edges. They're full, but they're still very cloudy also. As you get farther towards Marsh Bend Trail, the retention ponds become much clearer. We're going to turn back around and take a second look at this, and you'll see what I'm talking about. This area still has many months to go before they even start installing utilities and doing the road work for the residential communities. If you haven't noticed, the data display in the upper right and the mini-map in the lower left have changed a little bit with this video. In addition to rearranging my office, I've also bought a Mac Studio computer, and I'm trying my hand at using it for video editing to try and speed up the whole process, because it is very time-consuming doing these videos. I've seen some significant savings already, so we'll continue to work with this over the next couple of months, and who knows, maybe by then I'll have transitioned completely to doing all my editing on a Mac. As you can see with the utility pipes on the ground, this area is still in the very early stages of development, and as we cross over Bexley Trail, you can see that the 3rd championship golf course, which is supposed to go in this location, is still far from being started. Most of the land between Bexley Trail and the Florida Turnpike is still pretty much raw and untouched, and I wouldn't expect for another year or 2 for work to start in this area, just because they have so many other things going on with the Middleton area and Eastport. My expectation is they'll work from north to south, filling in the area between Monarch Grove and Moultrie Creek, before they move to the east of Bexley Trail. we're going to move south again, this time down to Eastport, and take a look at the work going on there. We'll start out heading west on the north side of Eastport, and this was shot on a Sunday afternoon, so you can see the fleet of the dump trucks parked on the side of the road being fueled and serviced over the weekend. Central Lake is now pretty much full and at its desired level. This is the launching area for the dragon boats that'll be utilizing this lake. The land bridge going to Sunset Island is still in place and will be for a while as they continue to move heavy equipment off and on the island for construction purposes. One of the two main viewing areas on Sunset Island is obviously well underway. This one also faces the entertainment area on the opposite side. You can see the two notches in the wall. Between those two notches is where the stage is going to be for the entertainment at Eastport. We'll continue now down Bar Boulevard and take a look at the building that's being built here. This is the village's health building. It's another one of their typical medical facilities that we see throughout the villages. As we pan to the left, the first site we see is a bank. Any guesses on what bank that's going to be? And next to it is going to be built another building. After looking at the layout, it's pretty obvious that this is going to be another golf cart store. These trailers are construction management offices, and being built here is yet another building. I haven't figured out what this is, I'm still digging, but apparently it's a high priority building because it's one of the first to be built, so we'll find out what it is and I'll let you know. There's a lot of construction happening here in Eastport, and there's a lot more to come. I would expect by summertime that Eastport will look a lot like Middleton does today, and a lot of buildings will be in progress. Work is already starting on the ball fields. Here's the ball fields again. There's so much work going on here at Eastport, it's really mind-boggling. The amount of coordination it takes to run a job like this is beyond belief. We'll take a quick look to the east of Bexley Trail, and you can see that there is some prep work going on. They're still laying in the sewer pipes and things like that. And they're also working on extending Central Parkway all the way down to where it will meet up with its ultimate terminus in Lake County. Here's a quick look, looking north on Bexley Trail, back towards Sawgrass Grove. We'll move a little bit to the south now, to the village of Lakeview and the golf course that they're building at the south end of Eastport. We'll also take another quick look at some more of Eastport, just from a different viewpoint. Flying north over the driving range, we can see the downtown area of Eastport at the top of the screen. You can also see the viewing area I previously described and how it's taking shape. We'll rotate around, you get a nice long view of the lake. Along that lake, there's also going to be a hotel built. We'll circle back around. Again, we'll take another look at the driving range, and then we're going to fly over the trees, and we'll take a look at the golf course being built in Lakeview. This is another 9-hole executive course. By the way, the village of Lakeview is on our right. This golf course, just like many of the others they keep building, has lots of water. Great. Just what I need. Another place to lose golf balls. The white tent at the top of the screen is the temporary Station 48 for Village's Public Safety Department. We'll get back to that in just a few minutes. The road going across and along the right side of the screen is Central Parkway. The building coming up is the golf maintenance facility, and to its right is the starter shack for this new executive course. Lots of progress has been made in downtown Middleton. We'll rotate around real quick. This is where a hotel is going. As we rotate back to the left, we get a better view of all the work that's going on in the downtown area. Lots of parking behind the buildings. It won't be very difficult to find a parking spot. The facades on the front of the buildings are all starting to take shape. Many of them have plywood sealing up the buildings. They're trying to get the buildings dried in so that they can get the drywall up and start finish work. My understanding is this first section here seen on the left is a major tenant who's looking to relocate their corporate headquarters to the Middleton area. This is the location of the Four Rivers restaurant that was recently announced to be locating in Middleton. And this is the coffee shop I was talking about. That was confirmed recently in one of the village's videos. And of course we have another bank going in. I'll give you 3 guesses on which bank this might be. This is Central Parkway once again, and to the north of it, on the left, they're building homes for the Middleton residential area, and on our right, this is where the 400 apartments that were recently disclosed are going to be built. Remember, Middleton is designed for the working community, so they've got all income levels that they're trying to address, and apartments is one of those ways they're doing it. Just like the other downtown areas here in the villages, there's no shortage of available parking. This building is called the Boathouse. It's going to be home to a restaurant. What restaurant, though, we have no idea yet, but they have definitely confirmed that it's going to be a restaurant. Here's another quick view of the new high school the village's developer built. It's absolutely a gorgeous facility, state-of-the-art. It makes for an incredible learning environment to the young people fortunate enough to be enrolled in this school. Let's head back to the east now, to the village of Dabney and the Enclave. This is the entrance to the Enclave. This is a small unit of about 121 homes. They have their own little postal stations. You can see it right here on the left side of the screen. This is a combination of premier homes and designer homes. Premier homes haven't been built in the villages for over 5 years, so this is a brand new restart on those particular type of homes. Construction on homes in the Enclave started about 2 months ago, and as you can see, quite a few of the homes have made considerable progress. If you're building a home in the Enclave, or maybe in Dabney or Moultrie Creek, and you need somebody to watch the construction for you and take pictures, give me a call, 352-661-6175, or go to my website, goldwingnut.com, and get in touch with me, and we can arrange to do a special photo package just for your home. Because of the dense woodlands that surround the Enclave and its location, this is definitely one of the quietest places in the villages that I have seen in the 5 years I've been taking pictures of homes under construction.
Hi, I'm Jeff Monash with Village Air Filters. Are you tired of wasting money on throwaway paper air filters? I can save you money with my lifetime permanent washable air filters. Just buy it once and never buy another air filter again. Rinse it out and then just slide it right back in. My filters are custom made in the US and they have a lifetime warranty. Give me a call at 352-388-1230 or visit my website at villageairfilters.com.
This is the last section in the village of Dabney to be started. Once these homes are done, there'll be none available in Dabney, and everything else will be shifted over to Moultrie Creek. Coming up is the Dabney Recreational Area and Postal Station, and as we rotate to the right, you'll see the rest of the village of Dabney are already occupied and people enjoying life here in the villages. This is the west end of the Enclave coming into view once again, and that's Lake Denham at the top of the screen. This is starting at the far south end of the developed area. So far south it's just off my map. This is where Bexley Trail continues on, and you saw a multimodal tunnel that was already built in preparation for Bexley Trail being extended. This is the Shallow Creek Championship Golf Course. Once again, a huge amount of water on this course. I'm sure I'm going to lose quite a few balls here. Coming up is the Shallow Creek Country Club. They're making lots of progress on it. It's going to have a nice view overlooking the golf course, probably similar to what we see down at Bell Glade, and their beautiful view that they have. This video was shot at a lot lower altitude because of all the heavy winds we've had in the last week. It really wreaks havoc with the drone when you get up above 200 or 300 feet, and I really didn't feel like risking losing a drone. These 3 empty lots caught my attention as I was flying by, so I took a little ground trip and drove by and saw what they were. This is going to be the new model home area. You can see there's a model home with a different garage door. This is going to be a parking lot. For the next home, you'll see landscaping timbers have been put in to create the parking lot in one of these 3 empty lots. This all makes perfect sense when you consider that after Dabney finishes, all the construction is going to be down in this area, and this is where they're going to want their model homes. Picking up where we left off, you can see the golf course looks really good. This is the Moultrie Creek Recreation Area and Mail Station, and we'll continue to fly along. We'll see more of the golf course, and as we round the bend here on Bar Boulevard, we will see that construction is starting on several groups of patio villas. This is a huge area of the development, and I'm going to shift my ground position so I can keep a better eye on my aircraft like the FAA requires me to do, unlike other people who are flying that can't seem to follow this simple rule of beyond line of sight. Here's more patio villas under construction, and off in the distance is one of the new village's recreation centers. I can't pronounce the name of this new recreation center. I'm still trying to figure that one out. At the top and the right of the screen are the villages of Water's Edge and Shady Brook. Once again, we see these very large retention ponds. There's a tremendous amount of water out here now. None of this water was out here when they originally started. All of these are man-made ponds. There are a few wetlands areas that were maintained, but nothing really significant in size compared to the amount of pasture land that was all out here. Here's a quick look at that new recreation center. We're going to take another look at it in just a minute, but first we're going to go fly over and take a look at Fire Station 48. On the left side of Marsh Bend Trail is Moultrie Creek. On the right side is Water's Edge. In Moultrie Creek, all the lots have got their utilities in and they're ready to go. Water's Edge is still a few months behind. This Central Parkway, Marsh Bend Trail, and County Road 470 interchange is really screwy. Coming out of County Road 470, you can only turn right. You can see the cars backed up here. They can only turn right, they can't turn left. If they want to turn left, you got to go to the traffic circle and do a full 360 and come back. You can see that they're building the walls right now for Fire Station 48. The station is expected to open sometime in late spring. Until then, this tent and trailer setup will be the temporary fire station that will service the Middleton area. This is the Gibson Utility Complex. There's an electrical substation and a wastewater treatment plant. I've had several people call and email me asking me about the smell coming from the wastewater treatment plant. This is a very modern, brand new facility. There is no odor emanating from this facility.
Hi fellow villagers, it's Steve from Gold Shield Cart Alarms. Unfortunately, golf cart thefts are a growing concern here in the villages. I offer an affordable solution. Our golf cart alarms are easy to operate, maintenance-free, and are an effective deterrent. Call me or visit our website. Protect your investment. Gold Shield Cart Alarms.
I'm going to fly in now and we're going to get a closer look at this new recreation center, and it's going to be at a much lower altitude. After that, there's one more segment left. But before we get to that segment, I wanted to thank all my sponsors and ask if you have a need, please use one of my sponsors. It's their support that helps make these videos possible. It takes a lot of time and money for me to produce these, and without their help, it wouldn't happen. This recreation center looks like many of the others that have recently been built. The real question is, what will be the theme? Hopefully it won't be quite as over the top as Franklin was with its watermelon theme. That one was a little much, I'm sorry to say. Our last segment takes us all the way back up to the village of Richmond, where work has started on the final section of it. I have received more emails and questions and text messages about this one little area than anything I've had in probably the last 2 years. So what is it? It's 2 new sections of houses. That's all it really is. One of them appears to be either courtyard villas or patio villas. I'm pretty sure it's courtyard. And the other section is built around it, and that's going to be either designer homes or veranda homes. One of the biggest questions I've gotten about it is, why are the retention ponds so deep? Well, they're not. Most people have never seen a retention pond being built. You got to remember, the water level has to be about 4 to 6 feet below street level. Then there's another 6 to 8 feet of water, and then probably another foot for the liner and the backfill that goes in. So you're talking a hole that's about 20 feet deep. That's pretty normal around here. Most people just have never seen one up close like they have here, so it does seem extremely deep, but it's no deeper than any of the rest. As we take a final look at this area, I just want to remind people to please enjoy life. Our days on this rock are very few and numbered. Make the best of every day that you can and enjoy life. We're very fortunate to live where we live, both in this country and in the villages, so enjoy your life, don't dwell on the negatives, focus on the positive, and have a great day. I'm Don Wiley. Thanks for watching my video. I'll be back in about 2 weeks with another video.